Hey guys, and welcome back to Narcissu. We'll be starting chapter 3 now. Well, not much needs to be said, so let's start.
時間の止まった私
I piled useless trivia upon useless trivia, new information from the TV and the TV alone. And soon, nothing was real anymore, fading away into a hollow space.
でも地図を見るのは好きだった
Trains, cars, I loved things that could take me places. I spread out maps on top of my narrow bed, changed routes over and over again. Sedans, coupes, convertibles, rode on so many different kinds of cars. The number one route, continuing on forever, I ran on that road forever and ever and ever. Indigo blue skies, beautiful coastlines. I ran until I came at last to these places, sketches in my dreams. Slowly tracing past the arc of the cape, running on the white sandwood beach, sun to my back. If I but close my eyes, I can go anywhere. Toward landscapes that I had never seen with my own eyes, lodging for the soul upon which I could never hope to tread.
無意味にただ知識だけを増やした虚しく憧れだけを募らせた
That's sad, in a sense. Sky after the rain. The high flying clouds, streaming by knife-edge speeds. The unique swishing sound of a tire on the wet asphalt. And through it all, there we were, bobbing along as always. No destination, just the desire to keep going, no matter what. It wasn't as if I was looking to go to Awaji Island at all. We didn't even have the gas money to get there anyway. But I drove straight ahead on unfamiliar roads, even as I thought these thoughts. But where are we? Good question. Always forced to wonder, I don't know my geography very well to begin with. Really? Oh, okay. And I was seeing all sorts of place names I didn't recognize. I had planned on driving into the ends of the earth, but with the GPS navigation system broken, I had no idea anymore. And before I knew it, I started looking around anxiously at the street signs as I drove. I don't know at all. Well, I don't know where we are right now. She said nothing to me, and I given her a casual response. But she probably wasn't gonna know even if I asked her.
入間よ埼玉県
What? I already answered for him, okay.
の次の交差点を右に行けば16号線
You knew all this? I guess it's a yes. You happen to live around here or something?
別にそんなんじゃないわよ
Okay. It was surprising, obviously. No, it wasn't just surprising. It was nothing so miracle that she knew the roads to this detail. Because no matter how I looked at it, she didn't seem to have it driven around all that much herself. Then could it be, you know, the way from here to Awaji Island?
質問の意味がわからない
I'm asking, like, if you know where you're going. Well, see, we might be able to get there on normal highways without having to get on the tollways. And we might just have enough gas money to get us there. Yep.
あなた行きたいの？
Sure, why not? Well, no. What the hell? That's not what I meant. You're a... Just go with her,
じ
jeez.
ゃあ聞かないで。
Yeah, exactly, don't ask her, you're not gonna go. Those words, she fell silent. Of course she would. As she turned to face the window with a frosty demeanor as ever, she wasn't looking at the passing scenery. It felt like she was staring at something in an unreachable distance. Her, then don't ask me. Just what the hell was that supposed to mean? How would she have replied if I had told her that I was planning on going where? We simply continued on. No purpose, no aim. Just like me. It wasn't as if we had a plan or schedule from the get-go. We just didn't want to die on the 7th floor or at the oh-so-fake homes. But maybe I alone, must have wanted something to show us the way, no matter what that way might be. Interesting. January 22nd, 2005. That's kind of odd. Swishing noises of the ocean. It's cold.
そうね。
That's your first conversation saying it's cold. Wow. Some beach whose name I did not know, we reached the sea before we'd know it. I've been planning on heading west, but somehow it looked like I'd end up going south. A pitch black sky and a cold, windy waterfront. We both got out of the car and stared at the darkened sea. She stood apart from me as usual and stared into the distance, where the black sky and ocean melted into the horizon's edge. And after seemingly taking into the view of the ocean for a while, she slowly turned, walking toward the beach.
どうなると思う？
I don't know. Now I've got no idea what you're talking about. I think she means death, bro.
楽に死ねると思う。このまま海に入っていくと。
What? No, don't. Those were her words. As she slowly walked in the sand, her back turned to me. The third time was the end. There was no fourth time. Dude, how about you actually go over there and stop her? The choice was between dying on the 7th floor and dying at home. Apparently, no one had escaped this choice. Those were the words that she herself had spoken to me. And yet, on her second time around, she told me that she didn't want to die on the 7th floor at home. Well, yeah. This was after she explained the rules to me, after her duty to me was already over. That's why I felt that this is what she meant. I don't know. I never drowned before.
じゃあもしも今私が海に入っていったなら
Don't be an idiot.
あなた止める。
Yes. She turned her head to look at me as she said this, with the moon rising in the dark heavens as her backdrop. And her gaze, which had always been so far away, was directed straight at me. I don't know. I have to see it when the time came.
そうよね。
She then turned her back to me and slowly started walking toward the sea once more. Hey, tell me.
何？
Do you want to be stopped? Okay. If I hear my words, she stopped short of the waves. A strong wind kicked up and sprayed that beat against her feet. If you want to be stopped, then I'll stop you.
別にそんなんじゃないわ。
Then it'll be fine if I don't stop you, right? God, this fucking kid is dark, like almost dark as me. There was no reply to my question. But her feet did not move any further either. Well, good job. So that was her answer then and there. The high heavens of winter. Blue and clear almost to the point of morning. Strong north winds beating against the electric wires overhead. That almost sounds like him trying to be, you know, a freaking news person, but oh well. The silver coupe reflecting that blue sky on its shining frame. With me at its wheel and her in the passenger seat as per usual. I didn't know where this was. But the real problem was that we were going to run out of gas soon. Then you probably want to do that quick. We didn't have that much money to begin with, and after various convenience store purchases, we had even less. Yeah, because food and gas is very important. Only about 7,000 yen left. Dude, what have you been buying to make you almost lose all of that money? Of course, I had no idea how many liters this car took, but we probably had enough money to fill the tank once. We still didn't really have a destination or anything, but if we had to didn't fill up, we could not go anywhere anymore. I'm gonna go fill up on gas. Her and her short replies, like I get no breath and taking a sip of water. And with that, I turned the steering wheel and drove into a gas station that was coming into view. Welcome! You will be paying by credit card. Cash, please. Regular or premium? Regular? Premium? Oh yeah, I forgot he doesn't. I had no idea. Well, then again, I had no idea about anything in this car. On top of that, it had been a long time since those driver license classes. What do you really like? There I was, lost for words, and there stood the gas station attendant waiting for me. And then, just as I was about to answer at random, because I didn't care which one of the two it was, spoke from the passenger's seat.
レギュラーよ。
Huh? Okay. Regular then. Okay, then regular full tank paying with cash. Yeah, that'll be all. Okay, then thank you very much. Okay. The attendant skillfully began his operation with those cheerful words. The strangely disagreeable smell of gasoline left in from the window that I'd opened roughly 10 centimeters. What kind of person would measure that? Yet you can talk about how much you know about things, but you will talk about math of a window? Like, you already got one from the hospital saying it was 15 centimeters? And, like, no one... whatever. Hey, are you sure that this thing takes regular? Oh, come on. She said nothing at all to this and pointed at the price list. Oh, so that was it. It's cheaper this way. I didn't understand it very well, but I didn't think there was much difference in price. Gases nowadays are skyrocketing. And then I saw a gasoline meter and the number of liters being displayed. 25, 26, 27, 28. The numbers were going by an incredible speed. maybe I made a mistake. I began to get a little worried as I watched those numbers decline. I told him to fill the tank a while back, but I didn't have that much money on hand. Even with the coins, I only had about 7,000 yen, and of course, I had no idea how many layers this tank took. What was I gonna do if I didn't have enough money? I did some quick calculations and realized that after 60 liters, I wouldn't have enough. 38, 39, 40, 41. And I just kept climbing without slacking pace at all. And I became more and more worried over something I usually didn't give a second thought to. Damn, how many layers does this thing take? I let the words out before I knew it.
大丈夫よ。もう止まるわ。
That sounds ominous. Huh?
これ50リッターだから。
Really? Just as she said, the gasoline meter stopped between 47 and 48. The sound of receipt being printed out and then attended at my window again. Thank you for waiting. The total comes to 5,240 yen. Oh, okay, here. I took out a 5,000 yen note and crumpled a 1,000 yen note from my pocket and handed them to the attendant. Alright, then your change comes to 760 yen. Here's your receipt. Thank you for your business. God, this guy is so cheerful. I turned straight onto the road upon hearing the attendant's cheerful voice. The silver coupe now in motion once more. On the bright side, I was no longer worried about running out of gas. On the not so bright side, we only had about 20,000 yen. Yeah, that's not a lot, Brody. This worried me, but there was something that preoccupied me much more. Hey, question. Could it be that you're an expert on cars too?
別に
Again, short and straight to the point. I mean, not really. You knew this car took 50 liters of gas, didn't you? Look on the dial, dumbass. Whereas it may be, well, there had been this kind of thing was absolute common knowledge that I just didn't have. But she proven that he was an expert on these roads not so long ago. Having been caught by surprise twice now, I took out the vehicle specification from the glove compartment. And of course, you know the make of the model of this car as well, don't
そ
you?
れは質問
You can think of this as a quiz if you want. Don't quiz her. That's like wrong.
インテグラタイプ R クー
Holy shit. Correct in the specs.
ペ99年式高速ミッション最高出力200馬力
Oh, okay. I had no expectation that she'd actually answer. I almost involuntarily followed along on the vehicle spec sheet as she rattled off figures that total interest.
全長4380全幅1695総排気量 1797cc まだ言うの
No, it's alright. You're correct. What? Okay, that's impressive. I put the vehicle spec sheet back in its place. I couldn't believe my ears, but she nailed every single specification. She must be really smart then. I didn't think one could just memorize these things, and I couldn't even venture a guess as why she had. But right before my eyes, she had gotten every single spec correct. And thinking back to the roads and flowers, I was getting an impression that she knew a lot about them. Hey, just why do you know so much about everything? Because she went to school
別にあなたより年上だからよ
and went to school. And that, with a fair response, she went back to her usual silence. With her staring out the window again, I didn't find myself able to throw more questions at her. older? Question everyone wants to know. It really didn't look the way at all, but this was something she said before too. Her name was Setsumi, her blood type was O. Those were written on her white ID bracelet. There was a little incident to show me that she was older than me at all. Around when the sun started peeking out from under the clouds. The silver coupe speeding along. No destination, no place to go, just running forward. No more worries about gasoline, no more money either. Well, sucks to be you. Only about 20,000 yen left. Yep. Only enough for 3/4 more days at the most convenience store food. Alright, so now what do you want to do?
質問の意味がわからない。
I mean that we have no more money left.
だから、
I suggest we try to earn money. Look, you. Her appearance as unchanged as ever. And this conversation we were having while eating rice balls at the convenience store not long ago. Finally, the fact that even if we were going along like this, we were gonna using up gasoline little by little. Maybe it might have been better to stay still without doing anything at all. But it was impossible for me to stay still without doing anything, without shooting for something. Well, yeah, that's kind of like me, I can't read still. And I kept driving with those feelings at heart. If we just kept driving on normal highways, we'd run out of gas in about 3 days. Oh, yeah. Likewise, we only had enough for 3 to 4 days worth of food with the 2,000 yen we had left. I mean, we were obviously going to become too poor to do anything soon enough. Hey, do you want to try going at this Awaji Island? No reply. She was just staring at the window as per usual. I think I might want to. Why? I think she was supposed to say that. Well, that's... It wasn't as if we had escaped from the 7th floor with any goal or destination in mind. Because east or west, no matter where, anything was fine with me. But maybe that's why I wanted to go in a destination, because anything else was just fine. Around when the daylight had given over to the darkness of the night, I had stopped the car in the parking lot of a pachinko parlor. Obviously, I wasn't planning on winning any money through pachinko or slots. I knew that there wasn't much I can do with just 20,000 yen alone. But if I were skillful enough, I might just get able to swipe off 10,000 or 20,000 yen. I highly doubt it. That was my guess based on the many times I've been to Pacho. Wait, what? You've been that? That's amazing. Based on how many times I have been to pachinko parlors in the past, again, that's mind-boggling that he wants. If I only had that much, we'd be okay in the first place, and we might even be able to get to Awaji Island on that amount. And so I told her about the plan that I had just thought up. How about it? Want to try it out? Okay, very well. I'd expected it, but she shot me down immediately. I didn't hope that she'd cooperate with me in the first place. And I told her about my plan as a fait accompli, not because I want her aid in it. Alright, then wait here. I got out of the car and strode into the pachinko parlor alone. it was more crowded than I thought. Lots of Manchico balls, lots of people, and more importantly, cash boxes crowded everywhere. As close as any, and thinking this, I head over to the slots machine. Oh my god. Slots, you never quite win properly in that game. I expected them from the corridor for a while, and after having finished my survey, I focus on one set of machines. Lots of middle-aged salarymen, alright. Up to 4 boxes at their feet and up to 2 on racks above them. And an empty stand separating each of them. For what I've seen before, these men hadn't come with accountants or friends. This satisfied the requirement. Perhaps in a place like this, no one would notice I would swipe one of those cash boxes. And in a store like this, each one probably held about 20,000 yen or so. And with that, just not much, I just kept waiting there for one salaryman to go to the bathroom. After a while, after roughly 30 minutes had passed, a salaryman finally stood up from his seat. After I tailed him a bit to make sure he was going to the bathroom, I dashed back to the stand that he occupied. And watching people who were hitting the slots at the attendants, I slowly approached that stand. Then, so as not to raise any suspicion, as if it were a natural thing in the world, I set one of the cash boxes underfoot. That moment, coins scattered everywhere with a thunderous noise. I had been meaning to pick it up. No, I really had picked it up with my very own hands, but they were unable to bear that weight and the cash box crashed into the floor. Everyone turned in my direction to see what the commotion was all about. I got the feeling that someone was shouting, and I got the feeling that someone was running toward me. But that was all behind me. I'd already bolted and was less than 2 meters away from the entrance of an establishment by then. I put the engine in ignition in a hurry and floored the pedal. Okay. When I spun the wheel to make my hasty getaway, just then. Okay. I'd run against the curb or something. I turned to make my getaway. Thus the horrible crunching sound. But I accelerated into the road before me without giving it a second thought. My silently constricting out-of-reach chest and the silver coupe speeding out of the daylight into the darkness. I was concerned about the crash a little while ago, but I had to distance myself from that place now. And soon, after 10 minutes of this, a fair distance away from that Panchico parlor, I stopped at some roadside and started to get out the expected damage. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look too serious. She sounded slightly worried as she called out to me. I answered as I expected the damage. There was just a bump in the car rear fender and a small crack in the muffler. It didn't look as if I would be any problem driving this. I let out a sigh, somewhat relieved. That sucked. I thought back at what had just happened in the Panchico parlor. I slipped up there. If I had been a little more skillful, I might have pulled it off. The reason I wasn't able to hold onto the cash box was because it had been a while since I lifted something heavy. If I held something onto with all my strength at the outset, I might have just been able to make it. Yeah. Huh? She spoke as if she'd seen straight through me. But that kind of weight.
同じように考えない方がいい。
Perhaps she was right. I didn't want to admit how changed I was. Fair enough. I didn't anticipate at all that I had grown this week. Then what should I do? You're asking her out of all people. Man, I just wonder about you know that? No answer, of course. Eyes turned to silence toward the window to stare into the dark night sky. This was probably the way she was telling me to give up. Are you serious? That's, amazingly short, but come on. Well, I guess that's chapter 3. I'll continue on chapter 4 in the next video. Alright.